So here we are, our final race of Potterthon. We have 11 people doing a HP3 better any percent race. Uh, yeah, I'm going to take a couple seconds to get them started here. We're going to show 4 people at any time. That's just the most that I can fit on one screen before it gets too cluttered. Amy is the only person who'll be on screen all time because she has offered to let us use game audio from her. She's the only one who's streaming just her game audio, so she'll be on at all times. I'm going to try to switch out the 3 as often as I can. It's a little complicated for me to do it, but we'll try to get it to work. Yeah, I'm going to have one timer going for all 11 runners. I'll switch out runner 1, 2, 3 for their names as they finish. But yeah, that's everything for this run. We're gonna get started here. Okay, so I'm gonna count everyone down, and then I'm going to switch. Okay, yeah.
Just before we do, can we just give Luigi a massive props for
3 cheers for Luigi.
The majority
Hip,
of this
hip.
event. Without you, this wouldn't have been possible.
Thank you. I also.
All right.
And then I need to also thank Nixo for bailing me out this morning so I could get a couple extra hours of sleep.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Someone's just trying to chat.
Okay, so I'm going to have Cynicism joining me for commentary with this. So yeah.
Hello.
I don't have room to put that on the stream anywhere. Okay.
It's alright.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get started. I'm gonna count all you down, and then Cinna, we're gonna switch over to a different voice channel. And yeah, we're gonna
Sounds
go.
good.
Okay, so.
I need it. Sorry.
Okay, so.
Sorry, let me just go get a sandwich.
Yeah, I'm still making that sandwich.
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, our finale race will be starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Look.
Good luck,
everybody.
Good luck.
Let go.
Okay, so we've got everything going. I started the timer on my side, so it's going to take 10 to 15 seconds for all of the streams to update on screen. But yeah, we're off.
Alright, so this is Harry Potter 3 PC Better Any Percent, and if you're new to the community, you might be wondering why is this called Better Any Percent. And the reason is in normal Any Percent, in addition to like progressing through the story, the game forces us to complete a checklist of side things. It's basically side things like buying passwords in Fred and George's shop, getting collectibles in the spell challenges, doing side bosses. Like the game forces us to do that just to beat the game. So in Better Any Percent, we just ignore the checklist, and you'll see at the end of the category when we're about to quote unquote finish the game checks that we didn't complete the list, but that's when the category ends. We get this opening cutscene to begin with. I believe it's like a minute 28, minute 30 seconds long.
Yeah. One thing about this run, if you saw 100% at the beginning of the marathon, or yesterday morning, Better Any Percent moves quite a bit faster. There's a lot more areas have more intricate techniques. There's a lot of ways that we can just kind of fly through some of these rooms.
Yeah. So starting off here, we're gonna do scatter skip, and what that is the burners are gonna hold shift to walk, and they're gonna allow them to walk around a corner, skip the trigger of the cutscene, and then jump over it using the luggages. And Liam misses it actually. Rip.
Westbrook
gets
it. Nixo misses. Fragus misses. Coffee gets it. Yeah, this is like it's about a 50-50 whether or not someone's going to get it. Zali gets it, B-Man misses, Emmy misses, Ami misses. Yes, we've got about 3 runners who have gotten the trick, and yeah. Oh, my mic is kind of quiet. Okay, I'll raise it up a bit.
Who's in the lead? I gotta like check the streams.
We got a donation that I can't look at because it's hidden behind this thing. Yeah. So currently on screen, I've got Emmy, Ramen, Amir, and Fragus.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Anyway,
Flap just donated $100. Thank you, dude. That's amazing.
Anyway, so runners are going to do a turn cast here with this wardrobe. It skips us having to cast Alhambra altogether, and it skips a cutscene. How the turn cast mechanic works is if you go up to a wall and you turn into it, you can cast what's behind it. For some reason, your spell just phases through the wall and gets what's behind it. So that's how that mechanic works. It's gonna be done a couple times throughout the run. And cutscene skips in this game, you can skip about 80% of the cutscenes, and there is actually some tech to it. It's not like HP2 where you can just hold down the cutscene skip button and it will just work optimally. You have to mash it certain ways at some points, and it's just really weird. But anyway, coming up is the Malfoy fight. Malfoy's gonna, or the Monster Book of Monsters is gonna spawn some books, and the RNG in this section is how many pages from the book despawn, because there is a zone that it's allowed to spawn in. If it goes outside, just kill itself. And the way you defeat this boss is you have to deal. There's like a pool of health, and you have to deal damage by hitting the pages. And another thing too about these kind of fights is that you have to deal the second hit once it's aggro to actually deal a lot of damage, because if you let Hermione or Ron or the other 2 NPCs get the finishing blow, they deal way less damage than what you do. So the strat is to let them aggro it and then you finish them off.
Yeah, the book always spawns 7 pages, but sometimes the pages will kind of clip out of bounds. They'll fall down. The lowest that's ever been seen is, I believe, 3. So 4 pages fall out of bounds and you're stuck with a 3-page fight, but that's incredibly rare. Most of our runners got a 7-page fight.
Dude, that sync between Nixo and Resp, though.
Yeah, like, that's actually... I'm not messing up the streams. They're actually that close. And then actually Zali is pretty close to them too. Zali and Amir are very close.
So who's in the lead so I can like go back and forth between them?
I think Rasp and Nixo, I believe.
Alright.
Coffee is a second behind them. Fract is 2 behind Coffee. Let's see. Let's just switch up to somebody.
But anyway, the end of train is just hitting the pulses on object that spawned in front of you. And at the end, they're gonna do some skipping cutscene tech to skip it quickly. And yeah, that's train.
Okay, so most of these runners look like they're getting about let's see. Low 540 train. The fastest this has ever been completed is 535, which is absurd. But for most runners, a 537 is going to be like a really good train time. And that's going to typically range up to about 550, maybe a little more. I can't do that, Rabota, because I'm using VLC. There's some really annoying things that I have to deal with, and I can't switch between scenes.
Yeah, it has to do with how you're window capturing it. It's all the same window name, and it's just a mess. It gets confused. Anyway, we're heading into Carpe Retractum, the first spell challenge of the game. This can be very broken. It looks really cool when you do it right. Essentially, you're gonna be becoming Tarzan, but these Carpe swings we're gonna do. It's got a lot of skip sections altogether. Skip parts of it. Yeah, you'll see in a sec.
Yeah. Most runners going through train are going to finish at a pretty similar time. This is the first big spot where we're going to see some pretty drastic differences in time.
Yeah. Starting at the very beginning, like the first room has a strat that saves 3 seconds, and some runners are going to do it.
I don't know if Nixo's going to go for it.
He is going for it, and he missed it.
Okay. I imagine Liam's going to go for it.
He did, and he got it.
And he got it, yeah. So right here, if you watch Liam's stream, he's going to cast on the statue and jump off of the ledge. And then because he's in the air, the carpe retractum physics behave a little differently, and it allows him to swing through the air and carry that statue's momentum. And
yeah,
a lot of.
I should probably explain what's happening right now. It's a lot happening. So, first room was the swing, and then in the second room, they're trying to after they pull the rope, so they're trying to skip the cutscene trigger by going around it however they want, whether it's jumping around or swinging around.
Liam goes for a swing and misses it. That swing can be very difficult. I'm not going to be able to change it in time. Amir's going to go for it too, and it looks like he got it.
Nice. But after that, we got the imp room, and the reason why this game is capped at 60 FPS is because if it's higher than that at this juncture in the run, the imp will just stand there and not throw anything, soft lock in the game. So, it's funny in this game, if you run at a higher FPS, actually, it's to your detriment, whereas normally it just runs fast. In other HP games,
1 and 2, you get a couple of neat little bonuses for that.
Yeah, there's actually no game speed difference with higher FPS.
So something you might have seen on Liam's stream a second ago, if you stand in the right spot, you can sometimes get those imps to throw a cracker through the painting, and you need crackers to kill the imps. But he got a little unlucky. He was standing right where the cracker landed, so it blew up as soon as it touched him.
Yeah, the big Tarzan swing, Nixo gets it, Liam basically gets it. What they're doing is they're charging their swing and then using the pillar to get them on the redirect them on the right path, and then it just swings you across the whole room because of how we can control the character in the air with the carpe.
Let's switch to.
So I think we should have the leaders in the stream for the most part.
Okay, who's actually in the lead?
I think Nixo is. Could be wrong.
So
There's like 11 people in this race.
Resp is actually doing pretty well. Oh, I just dropped a ton of frames. Okay, it looks like it's stabilized.
How many streams do you have open right now? That's probably contributing to drop frames.
11.
Oh.
It's not dropping much. It's still looking like it's pretty good.
Alright, Liam gets out of the first part. So actually Liam jumped ahead. But yeah, the 5th and 6th rooms, you do more swings, you skip more sections, and then, yeah, you can just see for yourself how it's crazy.
One thing that I want to mention, out of the 11 runners that we have playing right now, only one of them is outside the top 20 for this game. So we've got 10 of the top 20 in this race. We have 2 of the top 20 commentating this race. Yeah, this should be pretty good for the whole thing. Actually, there's only 2 outside the top 15. Yeah, this is quite a bit of the community that we've got going on doing this race.
So we're out of carpe. Once we get to the beam bonus room, you'll see runners walking backward and jumping and hitting a trigger that you're not supposed to hit. It just sends you out of the room. So we just skip. Actually, no, this is better 80%. That's any percent. What am I talking about?
Yeah, we don't.
We just skip the cutscene.
Beam bonus room in this.
There's
game.
no beam bonus room in this run. But
Is
Liam right now is trying Fred and George skip, and this saves like 3 minutes or something like that. Basically, he's trying to ride a wall up a slope, ride the slope. So he lands on top of the lamppost and then jumps over the gate, which sends us outside, which only unlocks once we go up to Fred and George's shop, fight Peeves, talk to Neville, and they're all basically unskippable cutscenes, so it saves a lot of time.
Roboda just pointed something out very interesting. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, go ahead.
Out of these 11 runners, only 4 of them were playing this game at the last Potterthon. So most of these runners have started playing in the last 6 months or in the last year. And quite a few of them have gotten very skilled at this game very quickly. Yeah, like I'd like to point out Amir in particular. He got a 50xx within a couple of weeks of starting running this game, and that is by no means easy to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Fract is was having some difficulty with that. Friend George Skip, this is by no means an easy trick. It's practically a frame perfect jump. And you have to have a somewhat specific angle in order to get it.
Yeah, I use like a slight angle on it, and then use the floor as a visual cue for the jump.
I'm gonna switch to one.
But anyway, Buckbeak, we only do the White Rings course because the game makes us do it, but in normal any percent, for example, we would have to complete all five ring challenges. So yeah, there is one instance of bare any percent just cutting out like a lot of the any percent run because we just deem it as unnecessary. Like, go ahead.
One thing you're going to notice in this flying section is they're going to skip a lot of rings. We need to get 15 rings in order to pass the flying course, and there's over 30 of them on the map. So just huge sections can be cut out by avoiding a bunch of rings.
All right, I got 6 streams open. Let's hope I don't have to open more.
Yeah, as of right now, everybody except Emmy has made it out of the castle. Emmy was having some trouble with Carpe Retractum. But pretty much everyone is currently in the Buckbeak flying section, so everyone is within about 2 minutes of each other. Shoutouts to the HP Flash community. They have about 4 different games.
So looks like right now, Liam's in the lead, followed by a closely contested for second place between like 3 guys.
Nixo, Ramen are both very close. Rasp isn't far behind. Coffee is pretty close.
Meeks on Ramen and Ami are like vying for second place.
Yeah, so what Emmy is trying to do is she's trying to clip on top of this pillar, and then by doing that, she can jump over this gate and sneak out a little early. It saves about 3 minutes. It saves going all the way up the stairs and talking to Fred and George and fighting Peeves.
And most of them aren't skippable to note. That's why it saves a lot of time.
Pretty much every cutscene up there is also unskippable. Right now, Liam is entering the only Peeves fight that is left in any percent for the first 3 Harry Potter games. And it can be a bit annoying. Peeves is going to move around pretty randomly, and you have to get all 3 players to cast on him before you can deal damage. You can save a little bit of time if you're lucky, if Peeves decides to stay down lower, because your spells will hit him faster, but...
There's only one spot where he can go where your cast like can cut it off from the pillar.
Yeah, if Peeves runs straight to the right immediately, just like what happened with Nixo there, your spells will get blocked by that pillar, as Cinna was saying. You can walk forward at the very beginning of the fight to try to avoid that, though. Yeah, most people haven't really... It's not something that people have been thinking about for a long time, though, so a lot of runners might just miss that. Okay.
Actually, we got a contest for third place. So looks like Liam and Nixo are 1-2 right now.
Yeah. There's a bunch of runners in the Peeves fight.
Yeah.
Coffee, Amir, and Ramanujan are all currently fighting Peeves. Fract has just started the fight. Fragus and Resp are right about to start it. Yeah, so Nixo and Liam are pretty far in the lead. Emmy's a bit behind, and everyone else is still very close within the span of about a minute.
All right, I want everyone to spam her face when you see it on stream, please. I think it already
You
happened with
said
Liam,
that.
but
Yeah, you said that a little late to miss it. It missed it with Nixo.
just spam it now though, because all these runners gonna get into the room. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, welcome to the Transfiguration spell challenge. We use two spells, but they're both similar. Just you're controlling two different animals, rabbits and dragons. We can do some cool things with the bunny, and also in this spell challenge you'll see a cool speed tech called lag jumps.
I wouldn't call them. Well, they are cool. They're equally cool and infuriating, but
Yeah, I agree with the infuriating part.
You're not dying. Do you think he'll be alright? Of course. Madam Pomfrey can make
So Liam's gonna turn cast once he casts that banner. Yeah, turn casting. It's a great piece of speed tech. It's not hard to do.
we have 11 runners for this race. All of them are listed below the timer. We're showing Emmy is
4 at a
giving our
time.
sound, so she's going to be up the entire time. And then we've got what we believe are the top 3 runners as the other spots.
I'm currently second place in this category.
I am currently 3rd place in this category.
All right, so Liam used the pot to jump up the wall, and other people are gonna ride the wall because there's an actual slope, and you can jump up with the bunny. So here's lag jumps. He's gonna changeable detail after he jumps, and the purpose of this speed tech is it gives him a little more distance in his jump, and that's exactly what he needs to make these jumps. And that skips like the introduction to Dracona Forest. It's an unskippable cutscene. Saves like I don't know,
15
anywhere from
seconds
15 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, it also depends on how quickly you can do the actual trick, if it decides to troll you. For most runners, this trick shouldn't be much of a problem. However, depending on your computer and the specs, how good your hard drive is, how good your graphics card is, this trick can get incredibly precise.
For me, it got more precise.
Yeah, for Cinna and I both, it's like a 1 or 2 frame window to jump, and we have to pause at the right time, and then sometimes it just still won't work. So
Like I upgraded my RAM and graphics card, and the thing that made it more difficult.
okay, Fract and
not
Resper
sure.
both elected to just cast on the dragon instead. Yeah. So did Coffee. I think Coffee missed the trick and then decided to.
I know Amir failed it once. I don't know if he went for it again.
Okay. Yeah. So Liam.
But yeah, people about the dragon room with the 3 lamps. You only have to lamp 2 of them because we can use the pot in the corner of the room to act as the bottom block. We don't actually need the bottom block. They're just using the bench to jump on the pot and then jump to the second platform. Anyway, the Bundaman room, pretty easy, and then the Imp room, as Liam just entered. There's a strat to this. In all Imp fights in general, there's like a starting strategy to like get them fast. You can kind of manipulate where they move, but once they deviate from that, it's all random. Good luck. So yeah, Liam did that pretty quick, and now he's gonna do maze skip. Ooh, try to go fast method. He's using the top of the door to jump to the top of the maze, and that allows him to save him having to go all the way around the maze. Um,
One
pretty
thing
cool.
that can potentially happen with these imps, it's incredibly. Oh, it just happened with Nixo. Okay, so sometimes when you hit an imp, the imp will die, but its model won't go away. So the game thinks that it's dead, but it also keeps rendering it as alive. So you can leave the room early. One imp will still be walking around and trying to fight you, but the door will be open and you can leave out. And that's typically quite rare. Nixo got kind of lucky with that. I don't know if anyone else is going to end up getting it.
Yeah. I have a standard method for this fight. You can usually do it in 3 throws.
Yeah, typically that's what you're going to want to do. There's 6 imps in this room, so if you can get 2 imps with each cracker throw, that's going to give you a pretty consistent fight. And there are ways to manipulate them so they stay in those little groups.
Yeah, it looks like Liam, Nixon, or Rahman are gonna be your 1, 2, 3 coming out of challenge.
Okay. Yeah, Liam is in Quidditch right now. Quidditch is very exciting in this game. It's also probably the most difficult Quidditch match in
Very
all of
difficult.
Harry Potter speedrunning.
Very difficult. Everything you do in this is frame perfect.
Emmy right now on screen is going for well skip. If you jump onto this little hedge and mash jump, you can get up on top and skip the section. Couldn't get that, so she's now jumping on top of this pot and trying to jump over. And this skips a fairly lengthy section where you have to go all around this room and jump down a well.
Yeah, Flap, because we're all so good. Everyone's Quidditch times are exactly the same every time. We're just that good.
You say that, but
What?
yeah, so for speedruns in this game, we'll typically use a loadless timer. Right now we're using just an RTA timer because we don't have access to their computers, but through LiveSplit we can remove load times. I should mention, it'll pause the timer anytime a loading screen is up, which will has more or less equalized any advantage from having a better computer. But there's still slight differences, and the timer isn't perfect. So if you have a split just for a cutscene, which with the auto splitter is sometimes used or necessary, that split time can vary. Typically not more than a second, but it's always interesting when you get a gold on a cutscene.
Yeah, Liam is now in Expecto Patronum. It's a very straightforward level. You're just getting introduced to the spell. Gotta cast out some boggarts, not dementors. The boggarts.
Amir is still doing quite well. Actually, everyone is still doing quite well.
I think he's like 5th or 6th.
5th or 6th. It's hard to tell. Some of them are really close together. B-Man and Fragus are like tied to the frame practically.
Where are they right now?
They're in the middle of the Quidditch cutscene.
Hmm.
Yeah. Pretty much everyone's in the Quidditch cutscene or just starting Expecto Patronum at this point. Liam here's
We're already halfway through this category. Can you believe it?
26. Yeah, we're already halfway through. The room that Liam's in right now is kind of annoying. These Dementors, if you cast on the wrong one, sometimes the spell just won't hit even if you time it properly. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah. So in library, there's 3 waves of books you hit, and then after we're gonna do a cool skip. There's many different ways to do this. I think he's gonna go for the double swing and hit it in the air.
Yeah,
See if he gets it.
there's a
He didn't get it.
there's a trigger up in the top of this room that just that lets you switch to Hermione and saves about 20 or 30 seconds. However, we don't really know why this happens. If you hit this trigger too fast, sometimes Hermione will clip out of the little room she's in, and it'll soft lock the game. If you're doing the safer, slower strat, you usually don't soft lock. It's a lot more it's a lot rarer that a soft lock will occur, but it's still possible. I don't know if anybody else is going to be going for the really fast swing, so hopefully there shouldn't be any soft locks. Nixel makes it past without soft locking, and Ramen's about to go for this trick.
There gets a turn cast on the Draconic Force. Skips from having to kill all the imps, and then because normally once you kill all the imps, the gate drops down, so you can kill or you can cast at the statue normally. Anyway, Liam enters the third spell challenge, Glacius, my personal favorite. We get to slide on solid ice. Wow.
Emmy's had just some difficulty with a couple of different tricks. This game is quite challenging, and especially in areas like Carpe, if you have trouble with one trick, you're going to end up having you're going to be off cycle, which means it just takes longer and longer to get past some of these spots.
Ooh, Resp tried to go for the double swing,
So
but he
did
missed it.
Zolly. Zolly missed too, but he wound up on the ground instead, in the bottom part of the stage instead of near the top. And having a bit of trouble with it.
Anyway, Glacius, the other thing besides the spell itself is the slides, and just try to go down the center of the slide. It gives you the fastest speed. There is one area of the slide, however, where you try to slow down on purpose, so as you overshoot it, and that's near the end of the level.
Wow, it's solid ice.
See, the great thing about Better Any Percent is that you don't have to worry about collecting the 10 challenge shields in any of these challenges, or worry about cauldron cakes, worry about collectibles. You can just blitz to the end.
Yeah, the last challenge shield in Glacius in particular is a run killer for a lot of people. It's quite difficult.
Hashtag blame that shield.
Blame Ninth Shield. Always blame Ninth Shield. Yeah, if you can hold up on the slides to go faster, but if you do that, you're going to be kind of off cycle when you get to the last shield. It moves back and forth. And yeah, you can just completely miss it, and in 90% that can lose a lot of time. But in Better 90%, we just get to go straight past it.
He played brilliant.
This room that Liam's in right now is actually one of the areas that we might be able to break. That jump they just did with the sponge Vitile. If you use a lag jump, you just barely don't go far enough to land on the slide. So we could potentially save a couple seconds there if we can figure out how to jump just a little bit further.
Yeah, alright, so Liam's about to go for Glacius Skip, and he got it. So what he's doing there is he's taking advantage of the physics in this game, and as the platform that's spawning goes up, he's gonna jump. He jumps on it, and then jumping off it right after gives him like a boost up, and allows him to just jump to the end of that section where normally you have to go to the side rooms and cast at the I don't know what it is, but it spawns the other, or yeah, just spawns the bridge that connects to the section where you jump to. And the great thing about that skip is if you fail it, you can just reload the game, because there's autosave right there, so you can just try again quickly. But yeah, here's where he has to purposely slow down, where the pumpkins, you can easily overshoot it, and not like if you don't think about it, you're just gonna forget about it and miss it, and it's gonna be very infuriating. Yeah, there is a night shield that's moving back and forth that kills runs for people, as you mentioned. And yeah, there's the end of Glacius.
Uh,
Oh, coffee stream went down.
yeah.
Shape of a Dementor to play on your fears.
Let's see about the other runners going for Glacius. Skip Amir. Looks like he's gonna get it. And it's very lenient. The only time where like the jump doesn't really work is if you somehow jump at like a corner of a staircase where like it just clips your speed and you just don't get anything out of it.
You
But
can
then that should be fine.
you can all if you jump too early or too late. There's also chances that you can fail it. If you jump too late, you won't have enough extra speed to cross the gap. If you jump too early, you'll bonk your head on the ceiling, and it'll just cause you to plummet straight down.
Rest tried to go for the backup because he failed it, and the backup is using a lag jump. And yeah, he's not getting it.
Oh, is he using F9?
He's using F9. So there's the other way of doing the lag, creating the lag, other than changing the roll detail, is to hit F9, which prints a screenshot. It's an in-game feature. It prints a screenshot. Or was it print screen? I think print screen is what he's doing.
No, that looked like F9 to me. It looked like he was pressing it repeatedly. But yeah, there's two other ways to lag the game. You can hold print screen, or you can press F9. Yeah, to take a screenshot. Both of those do cause a bit of lag.
Which one? Wait, which one were they? Is one of them banned or no? Or are they still allowed?
Well, we
I
never.
think we left them allowed.
We never banned F9, but we kind of
Yeah.
like wanted to. I don't know. I don't really think it should be at this point anymore, but that's not important to this right now. Yeah.
The world detail is a much better strat. It's more consistent.
Yeah. We mentioned
Yeah.
before that world detail lag jumps are kind of inconsistent between computers. It's a lot more inconsistent with F9.
So Liam is now in Willow. He's gonna be relying on Hermione a lot, as a lot of the objects in this level has to be co-op casted. And the way co-op casting works in this game is that for every object, there's a designated person who has to cast it at last for it to work. So, and it's usually just the NPC that's the designated person to activate it. But sometimes either if you're too close to it, it like doesn't work, or yeah, it's the way, because of how it works. It's sometimes just it's not gonna be effective, and it's annoying trying to go fast. It's especially the case with these skeletons. Like sometimes you both cast it, but it doesn't actually go down.
Yeah, dual cast is probably
Dual
a pretty
cast.
decent word for that.
What would you call 3 people casting at it?
Probably a triple cast.
Triple cast? Triple cast? That just sounds like me casting at it 3 times.
Yeah. Sounds like a double swing or something.
Yeah.
And before somebody finds a triple swing.
Oh, did Liam skip the second ledge grab?
Different video from ours.
Did he just get the swag strat? He skipped the second ledge grab on those 2 circular platforms?
No, he got got both of them. The first one actually, he almost I don't know if he jumped at all. He got a long ledge grab or something. Yeah, I'm gonna switch out the runners quickly on screen, because I did say I would switch them out, and I just haven't been. Let's see. Let's get someone who's not in a cutscene.
Looks like the order right now is still Liam 1, Nixo 2, Ramon 3.
Let's get I'll leave Liam up and I'll switch the other two out. Yeah, you can see a bit of.
Oh, we don't get to see Hermione moonwalk into that room. Normally, if Liam had that camera in his normal position, you could see Hermione's moonwalk backwards into the room. It's pretty funny because Hermione and Ron don't have strafing animations. It just looks like they're walking forward the whole time. For some reason, they just omitted that in the final game. It just looks funky.
Hermione's standing in the middle of the safe book on Coffee Stream.
But yeah, Liam did the final, hit the final skellies, and now is gonna walk into the plot cutscene, the plot dump. Literally, like many things get revealed in this cutscene all at once. But yeah, what the runners are doing with the staircases in the last room of Willow is that you can lock onto it earlier than you think. So once you get to the line of sight where you can cast at it, you can just immediately do it. You don't have to wait for the NPC to charge at it. Don't know why you can lock onto it from other angles.
Nixo having a bit of trouble with the skeletons. Yeah, Liam's in the cutscene. Yeah, I'll leave Liam up. Yeah.
So the way these Dementors fight works is in this first phase of the fight, there's 2 rounds. The first round is 3 Dementors, second round is 5. And what William's trying to do there, did he get it? Oh, he circle cast? Alright, so he tried to use a Dementor from the previous round because it takes a while to cast at it once you start charging it. So he's trying to take advantage of it by using a Dementor to charge the spell as the next round is loading. So when the new wave of Dementor spawns, he can just immediately cast Expecto and hoping it lands on some Dementor. It's a really cool strat.
If you were watching Emmy's stream a minute ago, she just went for the lag jump in Glacius. She missed the main jump. And yeah, just showing you can do a lag jump there as a backup.
So in back in time where Liam's at, the main thing you gotta worry about is the imps. That's where you gotta save or lose time the most. It's like, I would say it's probably the least consistent in fight for me. I don't know about you, but
Yeah, same. There's 8 imps in this room, and none of them like to throw crackers, and they all like to run in different directions. Initially, there's 2 that are going to be on top of boxes, and you have to hope that they just jump down quickly, so it can be kind of a mess.
so let's see how he does. Maybe he gets the 2 less strat.
I see you didn't find all of the challenge shields. Well, come back
Now,
anytime you want.
Liam has gotten all 8 of these imps in one throw before.
That was really good.
Yeah.
3 throws.
Oh, he got
Wow.
it in, he gets it in 3.
I'll be back.
Yeah, that's really good.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he got really lucky there. All
Oh,
the
to get
imps went-
stuck on that tower. It was sometimes if you that first sponge fight, if you like launch too close to the front ledge, you just clip it and then you have to jump on it again.
Yeah. Sometimes when you, depending on where you're standing, if you hit the banister on that tower, it can just throw you onto the ground somewhere else, and it. One of the worst ways to lose a run. You just lose 40 seconds because a sponge tile put you in the wrong spot.
So Liam's trying to turn cast and hit the pulsar behind the wall, and he is taking advantage of how dual casts work because normally when you can see those Depulsos behind that door, Hermione's the NPC. So
Or you're playing as Harry and you need to get
because you're playing right now, you're playing as Harry, but since Hermione hit it, and it's designated for Hermione to activate it, it just works when you're controlling Hermione. And It's like a double time save. You cast at it early, and you cast
Looks
at
like
it by yourself.
Coffee's stream stopped again.
I've got to, you
So
naughty rat.
switch.
Anyway, here's the last Dementor fight. There's 3 waves. 1 round of 3, a round of 5, and a round of 7. So he's gonna try to do the same in between round strat as before. Don't think he got it that first time. And yeah, it's just a pretty simple fight. You stand in the same place and just turn around and fire away.
Yep. Coffee stream went down again. Okay.
Do you hear something? Two of them.
Amir is having some trouble in the imp room. As expected, it is very inconsistent once you are unable to get the beginning strat. So the last part of better 80% is doing the final exam. So we save series at this point. Now we just have to complete our final exams. And we start with Harry, and Carpe Final is crazy. He gets all 3 cycle skips. You're more realistic to get 2. So this first cast is in the first room. He overshoots the platform, so he's unlikely to get 2 of the cycle skips. He still can't skip a cycle if he does this other boost or this other swing in this room right here, which he does. But each cycle is like 30 seconds, I believe. Is that
15
correct?
to 20.
15 to 20. Oh, I thought it was 30. Anyway, that's still significant. Yeah, that's the cycle, those swinging platforms. He's going to try to get a backup strat, use the secret as a jumping pad. He barely misses.
Yeah,
Wow.
it looked like it took him a little too long to hit Alohomora on the thing, so yeah, he's gonna miss this platform. It's just gonna be out of range.
I think he missed all the possible cycle skips.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 different ways that you can try to save part of a cycle.
Ooh, Nixo gets first room Carpe's swing.
I don't have him up.
Oh,
Oh wait, I don't have enough time. No.
and he also got the second boost, so he's gonna save the more realistic cycles. Yeah. You can use a lag strat for to save the extra cycle, and that's like ridiculous. Only you do it, I think.
Yeah, I am the only. I think I'm the only person to have like seriously gone for it in a run.
Yeah.
I know TK was able to get each of the pieces of that trick, but he wasn't ever able to get all 3 of them in one go. Maybe maybe we'll get someone else to go for that eventually.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you use Nixo to is he on stream? Nixo? No, he's not. Yeah.
No, he's
Well,
not streaming.
who else is on stream right at the moment?
Ramen and Zali.
Alright, I'll use Raman to explain Transfig final. So, in the final, he's gonna use the bunny to jump on the Spongify tile. I think Emmy found it. It was pretty funny. But yeah, once he does that, he's gonna try to save. Oh, but Raman misses that final swing, so I'll give it a little bit. But basically, in the first room of Transfig final, there's a kick skip, and it allows him to save having to dig up the third hole with the bunny. Yeah, he's gonna use the windowsills to jump around and reach the final platform. And then after that, you go through a Dracona Force obstacle course, as Liam is doing at the moment, and that's Transfig final.
Okay, we are approaching the end of the run, so I'm going to go back to showing our top 3 runners. If I can do it quickly. Nixo, I need to get up, and who else do I need to get up?
I think Raman is in third. He's currently going for kick skip. So you land on top of that, like, wooden barrier, and yeah, you got it.
Black is not what you think he is. And Scabbers, he's not a rat. He's a wizard by the name of Peter Pettigrew.
What?
Watch.
Yep, so Liam's about to start the final exam, Glacius final. He's gonna do a lag jump here at the very start. Skips 5 seconds, CS 5 seconds, because for some reason at the bottom of this slide, there is no you don't hit the death trigger, and what that allows you to do is walk to the end of the slide's death trigger, and that spawns him at the end of the slide, saving 5 seconds.
Yeah, there are a couple of void planes down there, but they're very far away from the center. So
Oh, I think the death trigger for the slide is happens when you have the sliding off the slide
Oh,
animation,
yeah.
but he never gets it because he jumps over the slide.
yeah, the only
Yeah.
void trigger down there is near the platform that you land on, because you could potentially turn around and jump off, and the game did not want you to be able to do that. So,
Yeah, so because you don't start the falling off the slide animation, you never spawn at the top. So you just go to the
Liam's
void
about
plane.
15 or 20 seconds ahead of Nixo. He's definitely in the lead, but there is still time for him to lose this.
So after that slide skip, you fight imps, and then you go 2 waves of crabs. You slowly descend to the bottom. The crabs have funny physics. I don't know if you mentioned this before, but they have funny physics trying to get them into the traps because of that grate at the top of the holes. They can just easily bounce off of them, and then yeah, it's just annoying to deal with at times. But Liam's done with the crabs. Now he has the pixies. And then after that, there's some salamanders and imps at the bottom he has to kill. But he's gonna try to turn cast. There's salamanders behind the wall and the fire. But you know, turn casting allows us to just get the salamanders early.
It's too high for me to reach.
It also spawns the second wave of imps early because, yeah.
Yeah, this area only looks at the number of entities that are still alive for when it decides when to bring down these doors and when to spawn the next imps. So if you kill the salamanders before you're supposed to be able to, it just spawns other things early.
I'll see what's in there.
So it saves time in a couple of different ways.
But yeah, he's done with the salamanders, so he's gonna ride the spongifies all the way back up to the top. And that basically should be the run. All that's left is a 30-second unskippable cutscene, and you'll see how this category ends. Spoilers, we don't actually beat the game. But yeah. Looks like Liam's gonna win this. Very solid time. It's gonna be like a low 49 in-game time.
Yep. He just golded Glacius Final on that. That was...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a couple of these runners have their splits up just off screen.
But yeah, as you see, McGonagall is checking our checklist. We've completed none of them, but that's the end of the category time. For Liam, GG.
And I'm gonna wait until it shows up on Restream. So there's...
So at this point, the game expects us to complete the checklist, and then we get to the credits after that, but this is better. This is better any percent, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, and then I'm gonna
Yeah,
switch...
Nixo is gonna get a 49 in-game time as well. He's gonna be in second place. Very solid. Gonna be about 40 seconds behind Liam. And yeah, Nixo, time on Nixo. I see a lot of runners in Glacius Final at the moment.
Oh, I missed the time on next. I stopped looking for just long enough. Okay, Ramanujan's about to finish 2. And then we've got 3 runners that are all looking like they're pretty close together.
Yeah, Ramanujan about to be time.
I just
Third place.
wrong one. I just remove.
So time is on Ramanujan. So there's your 1, 2, 3. As expected, I think. Liam is really good at this category. He's the current world record holder.
Ramen stream started late, so no, okay, so Ramen finished with a 50-57 load list, which is still very good. Not
Time's coming up for Fract.
Yep.
Or yeah, he's actually gonna beat out Almir.
I need to switch out
coffee.
ramen for coffee. Okay, yep. Freck's got time in just a second here. Yeah, unfortunately, everybody is about 30 seconds apart from each other, so it's a lot of just showing the final cuts.
Yeah, Fract's done. Did you get Fract's time?
Yeah, just a second. 53:36 for Frack.
Almir just finished as well. Fall closely behind or by a coffee. So Almir and coffee were very close. Resp is about to finish as well. He's in the final cutscene.
Yeah, very close with coffee as well.
I don't know. Where's McZolly? I don't know where he is.
Zali is in finals. There's in yeah.
Resp just finished.
Yep, I got Resp too.
Emmy is in Carpe final. Looks like Liam's gonna join us for a post-race interview.
Okay. Oh, what just happened? Everything just vanished.
guys.
Congrats,
Hey,
Liam, on the victory.
Thanks, mate.
Very strong one.
Started off poorly, but we brought her back. Finished with a nice not Carpe, Glacius final quad.
Yeah.
So I think it was Fracked in 4th, and then Coffee in 5th, and then Resp in 6th.
Wait, where's didn't
Was
I
it
think
Resp or
Almir
Omni?
beat out coffee? Or yeah.
Wait, which order was
Close.
that?
I forgot. I actually forgot.
Okay,
It was
it
close.
was Amir, then Coffee, then Resp like a second later. That's what it
Yeah.
was. And I just missed time on D-Man. Shoot.
I hope you guys noticed the swag strats that I went for throughout the run.
Yeah, I did notice.
I missed B-Man's time. I'm so... Oh well. But yeah, Zali's in the last room of Glacia's final, about to finish up. Then we've got Fragus doing the imp fight, and Emmy just a little bit behind.
Ooh, Emmy just failing there.
Oh, window jump.
There's no quick backup for that, so it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, Zolly is now in the final cutscene. He looks like he'll be runner 9. And then Fragus will be runner 10. And then Emmy, runner 11.
Assuming their positions. Oh boy.
Zolly just timed.
Yep.
He's finished.
Oh. Really solid race, though. Everybody was alright bunched up there.
Yeah, it was about a minute between first and second place, a minute between second and third, a minute between third and fourth, like exactly. And then less than 30 seconds between pretty much everyone else.
Amir, Coffee, and Beeman Or rest were close.
And
You're
they weren't
rest-
far behind Fract either.
Okay.
So yeah, this was a very close fight. Oh, something that B-Man is showing. This is outside of the race, but so when you when we first leave, when we do Fred and George skip at the very beginning of the game, the grate never goes down, and when we come back at the end of the game and enter this Peeves fight, it's the same grate, so there's a single trigger that says just to change the position of the grate, not to say, oh, now it needs to raise, now it needs to lower. So you enter the Peeves fight and the grate just lowers and you can leave the fight and he just gets stuck in the corner.
Yeah, that's used in both of the other two categories in this game. Since we have to go back into the castle after our final exams, normally.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to look behind ourselves when we were going to Carpe Final, we would actually see the grate still there, because it never went down, as Luigi explained.
Oh, B-Man's trying to go for any percent strats. Oh, but he gets knocked off by Hermione. What? Oh my god.
I just can't help but remember the old strat for this, which was just try to jump over the corner and hope that it worked.
Yeah.
I don't understand what he's trying there. You just need to jump left.
Yeah, there you go. He
Yeah,
jumped
there you
left,
go.
but then he missed the staircase.
But if you're going down to the bottom, it's not too much slower. If you're going to 4th floor, then...
It's a lot slower. You might as well just walk down the stairs.
No, it still saves time, but it does not save as much time as it can.
To
You're
drop
right.
down to the bottom and then climb 3 flights of stairs when you could have just
No,
gone
I mean,
No, to the first
to
floor.
go to first
Oh
floor,
yeah,
or
yeah.
0th floor.
And Emmy is now entering Glacius Final.
Slightly above estimate, but that's alright.
It's our last run anyways, so
Take into account how there's 11 people. It's alright.
yeah,
Not too shabby.
This race turned out very well, I would say. I didn't show off as many streams as I probably should have, but everybody was pretty much at the same spot the whole time.
Yeah.
Most of the spots where I wanted to switch somebody out, everyone else was just like sitting in a cutscene or something. So
Yeah, we were commenting on that it was me, Ramon, and Nixo for like from Transfig through to Willow or something like that, but it's fine. It was the people in the lead at least. We ended up being the top 3 finishers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was you first, Nixo second, Rama third.
Unfortunately, I couldn't show off 6 out of 8 good enough.
But you had a really good fight.
Nixo,
I did.
You had a really good fight.
Nixo did get 5 out of 6 in Transfig though. So
Yeah, he
we
did
at
get
least
5
got to show off that was a thing.
Yes. I did have 2 triples and a double though. I will admit that was pretty nice.
One little thing.
And me going upon the final section.
Yeah, something that I want to mention because I always find this interesting. That Emmy was just had to deal with pixies. You can't hit a pixie until it gets to its final position. So you want to figure out whichever one starts moving first, and whichever one starts moving first is the one you're going to want to cast at. So
Going for turn cast.
Yeah, so if you can use audio cues, this game has stereo sound to figure out which pixie is coming out of its chest first, which can save just a little bit of time.
Yeah, I use that audio cue too. Helps.
Yeah, it was kind of hard for me with 11 people in the call to figure it out. Audio cues are just not a viable option in 11-person race.
I can only imagine how hectic that voice channel wound up being.
It actually wasn't too bad, to be honest.
It was pretty bad before the race started, but
I've told people in there it can get a bit hectic, but
All right, looks
wasn't too
like
bad.
Emmy's gonna get sub 103, which is hype. And yeah, that's gonna round out your race.
is B-Man actually going to get to credits? He went into Transfig again, so
I think he's just gonna do some more lag jumps.
just show off a bit more.
Ride the wall? Yeah, ride the wall.
Nah, that's slow.
No, it's fast.
Nah.
There you go, time for Emmy. There you have it.
Nightmares for months.
Well then, let's see whether you've completed all of your third year
GG.
Looks like you've got a few things to finish up yet. Off you go.
Well, there it is. That's all 11 runners.
Oh my god.
Everybody was shown at least at some point. We got everyone on there.
So just wondering, who was that first that $100 donation at the start?
That was from Flap.
Base Flap. Let's go.
Thanks for the host.
Thanks for the host. Good host. Thanks for the host.
Hello,
Nice host.
Yeah.
Yee.
Just go one at a time, just like say something and leave.
Yeah, so congratulations to all of the runners.
Thanks very much to the host, boys. Cheers.
Thanks for the host. Nice host.
I don't know, I can't really host them. They
Oh,
all just went offline.
that's something interesting that B-Man just showed. It's that since we never actually got the map from Fred and George, we can't actually use it.
Yes. Very good point.
We skip it. Now, there's a bit of contention as to whether or not that should be required for 100%, but let's not get into that.
Yeah.
Anyway. How do you guys want to close that Potterthon? This was a good one. This was a good Potterthon. Shouts to Luigi, dude, for hosting
Shoutouts,
the
all
whole
the
thing.
shoutouts.
Shoutouts to the runners. Shoutouts to the people watching.
One thing
Shoutouts to Lumos, the charity.
One thing I would like
fundraising
to
money for.
mention is every single game that was submitted in this for this marathon was run by one person or another. Maybe not the initial person that submitted the run, but every single game that was submitted was run. Once we had this morning's HP7 Part 2 run. So yeah,
How about we join the call? See if we can do something for the finale. The very end.
have what?
We'll just join the
Join
runners.
the race call?
Yeah.
Okay, I suppose.
Luigi, check Discord.
Check Discord. Okay. Oh, still doing that? Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it in
Right.
the race chat.
Well, let's end it there.
Okay, so switch over.
Blah, blah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yo!
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey.
Yeah, congratulations everyone on your runs.
What do you mean? I didn't have a
what's
time
going on?
limit.
Yeah.
I was changing somebody's name on the splits and I missed it by half a second. It's like, oh no.
Don't worry, I was only on stream for about half a second.
All right, fuck
Yeah,
you, man.
sorry about.
During the run, at least.
Yeah, sorry
All
about
right,
all that.
So, what are Luigi and Liam doing?
Yeah, I suppose you should.
Do
This was
you
yours
have
and
the
Liam.
do you have the graphic?
You never sent me the graphic.
Okay, I'll send you the graphic.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring up transition screen because why not?
Betrayed me. I was trying to stay on stream long enough to get to the bean bonus room and meme.
Wait,
Oh,
you
spoil it.
Sorry, B-Man.
Maybe you should tell everyone what it is before they put the graphic up.
Shit, we in it.
But hey, we raised $300. We can still see that on the graphic.
305. Thanks for the donation.
I sent
Thank you, running like AJ.
Thanks for the host.
Beeman, that mic is loud.
Open link. Okay.
Power to turn people down on Discord is strong.
Okay. So, yep, just give me 10 seconds to get this set up. It's supposed to be another 10 minutes and we'll move on to the next run. And...
I'm scared.
Alright, so who's gonna do Quiz World Cup real quick?
Yo, I'll 1v1 anyone right now.
1v1 me Rust. No, 1v1 me Emotional Skyfall.
1v1 me, call me it, you pass away.
It's difficulty or the terror one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do another one for Potterthon. Let's do like blindfolded.
Blindfolded?
Blindfolded DDR HP1.
Blindfolded Quidditch League in HP1.
Okay.
On a unicycle.
Should we maybe pimp our channels a little bit if Luigi wants to?
I would suggest all of you making sure that you're watching the Potterthon channel right now, because
Especially if you were just in this race.
Because this is what we have to show off.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Is it a collage?
And if you want to start talking about it, Liam, I've got it up on stream. So.
Well, I think it pretty much speaks for itself.
Intriguing.
What?
I don't get it.
Same. Have I gone away for so long that there's suddenly prize pools?
Apparently so, yeah.
It's a speedrun marathon, of course. There are prizes.
Ugh. Yeah, but that's prizes for the viewers, not the participants.
Is Liam holding an open invitation?
That is pretty much the case, yep.
Wait, what is this?
You gonna open your invitation?
How many A presses are we allowed?
Infinite
half.
amounts. So this will likely happen in the new year. Things are still getting set up for it, but just putting it out there for people that want to start practicing.
Still don't get it. You've made this a real cutthroat agenda, and now that you've got money involved, you're going to have to do a lot more making sure that people are.
Oh shit! Somebody who just donated $23.
Yeah, Flap donated
thanks.
$20. We had a couple other small donations. I didn't have them set up on the stream, so I couldn't show them.
Yeah, I'm seeing a moon and a ones.
So for anybody who hasn't figured it out, Liam is hosting a HP3 Better Any Percent tournament with a fairly decent prize pool.
Bracket style.
Ooh, I like the sound of that actually.
That's awesome.
I'm looking
what, like,
for
eliminations?
probably either 12 or 16 runners would be ideal, but we'll see as it
But now I have to
goes
practice the category.
Is it going to be double elimination or single knockout?
Most likely single, but I might make it double depending on if we get 16 or not, because that would be a lot.
I think 16 with double might
be a lot of races.
Whereas with 12, you can sort of understand it, the numbers that you can get in losers bracket.
So basically, this is just my ploy so that people only concentrate on HP3 and I can just steal the other records. But let's just ignore that.
I am gonna get a 45 HP2 glitchless.
That's fair. I hope you do.
I'm gonna get a 40.
I've got a question. Did you make all those graphics yourself?
Did what?
All those graphics, did you like make them?
Just looking from the style of the graphics, I'm gonna guess this was Max.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Looks dope, dude.
Yeah.
Max the master.
The GFX don't lie.
Liam Sinachek prefix.
So who's funding this?
Oh, but not
That
me.
would be me.
So it's all just coming out of your pocket as opposed to like raising funds and then using those raised funds to. Okay, fair enough.
So you're paying $100 to yourself, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. That was the
I'm not participating.
I was gonna say all he has to raise is like 75 quid.
I'm not participating. Anybody else is allowed to, but I'm just not. I'm commentating the races.
Is this a bait to get me back in?
Sure.
Yes.
Because I like money.
Oh, I like money.
Ah, dear.
No, to be honest, that's a good announcement. Props for the
Mm.
thought.
And that's how Potterthon's gonna end.
Now, when you
We
say
need to make
invitational, and then you ask us to just,
I was going to say, yeah. It seems
like
like
you,
it's
you said,
open
oh yeah, it
invitational
would be
as opposed
nice
to-
if this many people joined it. So it's not.
Oh,
really an invitation.
It's more
invitational
like
isn't so
sign-up,
much
but yeah.
the idea. It's open.
It's an open invitation.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
open invitation. We'll go with that.
So the tournament.
We can invite ourselves.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
can't this be
trigger
set
graphic.
for a good game like HP4 PC?
Yes, please. No, but it's got to be 3-player co-op HP4 PC.
My original plan was actually to do something in HP2, but since HP3 has grown so much, it just only seems right.
Why
And
better
it's
80%?
a more consistent game.
80%.
And there's very little
Why not,
contention
Hondo?
about the Benny category in HP3, so yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I don't know. Luigi brought up a discussion about lag jumps in HP3.
And that was resolved.
No, do not get rid of
Yeah.
that lag jumps.
No, I'm
Lag
not.
jumps.
I don't think
Ban
there's no reason for us to ban lag jumps at this point. But I do think it could be worth considering whether we should formally allow the other two methods that we have.
That was one thing I was going to ask because
Was that F9 in print screen?
I wasn't. Is
Yes.
F9 always bound when you?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why is it banned? I don't
Because-
understand
It
that.
actually isn't.
Things
We
happen.
never banned it. We just
No,
never
we did.
started
We
it.
Print
did.
screen button.
Oh, did I
We
put it in?
did ban it, but we just never wrote it on the rules.
Because it's really easy to just set up a shortcut folder to your screenshots that you can just clean out whenever. Like if that's the issue that people are having with it.
No, the issue was that it still relies on PC, so if you play off of a USB stick, you get better lag jumps.
But
I
then,
play off a micro SD.
Then surely all you need is another category, right?
but
Lag
then
jumps allowed,
ultimately
lag
in a
jumps not allowed.
real-time race, you're going to be slowed down by your USB.
Correct.
So for this tournament setting, if you're running on a USB, you're going to be a minute
Yes.
down because
Honestly,
of that. But it's
I
okay.
think that
I
if
got
there
my lag
was
jump.
if there was no better any % / any %, we would have had a no lag jumps category by now.
Yeah, it's such a
I
small
doubt
trick.
it's such a small time save, and it's even less than any percent in.
Oh, you know what? You're absolutely right. Actually, it's only like 30 seconds, isn't it?
Okay,
Not
so
even.
the final word on it now is currently F9 banned.
Yes.
Before I start practicing it, okay. Can we reach
Practicing it,
consensus?
you go
Can we
in.
reach consensus that we can get it unbanned before this event? Seeing as
Well, I don't know. Have you looked at the racing discussions? Probably not.
no, I'm not involved in
Yeah.
anything. I've just come in from like
Yeah,
a year and a half of hibernation.
Nah, yeah, that's fair.
All right, well, I'm out anyway, guys. Thanks a lot for the
Alright, take it
for the
easy, man.
marathon. It's been really cool.
And we're gonna since we still got a bunch of people sitting here in chat, despite us talking for like 5 minutes about nothing.
This is like a podcast. That's what we do.
Shrek 2?
We are going.
Yeah, Shrek 2 after party.
Shrek 2 after party. Let's do it.
I was gonna say
They found
we
some
should
new
probably
steps.
host
They found
somebody
some new
who's
steps from
got
Shrek
some
2.
stuff.
Yeah,
That's
good
true.
idea.
Oh shit, let me go online real quick.
Yeah, we should.
Oh man, I have somebody in my chat asking why it's called better any %.
We got
Hey,
we got Mikkel here doing a Slyfecta.
Yo, some
yeah,
girl
he's
called
I was
Emmy's
looking
doing
at
a
that.
glitchless race?
Dude, there's this guy called Tesper. He's playing some Osu.
What about just someone that's
Demon is
playing Harry
streaming.
Potter that can just
I'm still streaming, yeah.
Let's just go host some
Like,
random guy that's
just
got
a
like 3
soft
viewers.
just
Hello?
anyone that's playing a Harry Potter
Completed
game.
Yeah,
I'm going right now.
I
Find
plan
one
to
of the
do a
Russian
100%
patches.
race after this, or 100% run rather.
Yeah, so this isn't gonna work because they can still join this channel. But I think we're probably gonna go to Mikkel. We're gonna go host him. He's an old Harry Potter runner. Thank you for the donation. He did runs a few years ago. He's been out of the Harry Potter community for a while, but he's doing a Slyfecta. He's doing a giant speedrun of, it looks like, most or all of the Sly Cooper
Sly 1
games.
through 4.
Sly 1 through 4. He's currently on Sly 3. Looks like he still has quite a bit to go through.
Oh wait, no, 1 through 3. Never mind.
Okay,
He's
then
on the last game right now.
he's on the last game. He came by and showed some support for the community, so we're gonna show him some support, and we're gonna go raid him. And I can't think of any better raid message that we could possibly use other than this.
Simple, gets the point across.
So I'm gonna set up a raid for. I don't know how to do this. How do I do this?
Can I do it as an editor?
Maybe.
Yes, I can. I did.
Okay. So we are raiding THMCS. You speak known as Mickle. Yeah. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the support. The donations all going straight to Lumos. This marathon has been great. See you.
We'll see you on the flip side.
Yeah.